Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Matty Fresh, and this is my universe. And today I am driving home from work. And as I drive home, I am doing a video on AEW wrestlers that I feel would do pretty well or better in WWE. If you are new to this channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you do not agree with any of my opinions, please be respectful in the comment section. These are just my opinions of what I think. They are not true facts. It's just how I feel about the situation. So AEW wrestlers that could be really good in WWE, such as like with AJ Styles when he left TNA and he turned up in the 2016 Royal Rumble in WWE. He's done a really good job in the company himself. So this goes for AEW wrestlers, of course, how I feel that would do a really good job in WWE. First one and the biggest one is Kenny Omega. And any wrestling fan knows that Kenny Omega has recently returned from a long ongoing situation with diverticulitis, which is a life-threatening medical scare that he went through, and thankfully he got through surgery recovery. He's been wrestling in AEW as of recently. He returned to wrestling when he wrestled his first match in Japan, so he seems like he's doing pretty well. For Kenny Omega, I feel like he's just like AJ Styles. He can be big and do a great job at any company. With Styles, he can go anywhere in the world and do a great job, and I feel like Kenny Omega can do the same thing. Where I feel like WWE can help him is help him calm down and help him out with his promos a little bit better. I don't think Kenny's bad when it comes to doing promos, but I feel like WWE can help him improve where he may lack in his promo skills and help him be better, and they can help him tone in his wrestling skills. Now, there's nothing wrong with the way Kenny wrestles. He's very talented and skilled in the ring, and when it comes to AEW wrestlers, I think he's one of the guys that do better when it comes to in-ring psychology. So I do feel that leaving AEW and retiring in WWE, like in his last 2-3 years as an active wrestler, WWE can help him with his promo skills and his in-ring, try to help him balance those things out and make him better, because Kenny has done everything he can outside of the WWE. Does he need WWE? No. But I feel like he'd do a great job in WWE and could retire in that company. I don't know if it's ever going to happen, but you never know. So the next one is MJF. MJF is WWE ready. Right now, he's been WWE ready. Since his return to AEW from his injury after the Devil storyline, he's been kind of iffy for me. While before his injury, he was my favorite wrestler in the promotion. Now Swerve is my favorite wrestler in AEW. But MJF would be doing gold promos if John Cena was still around. If MJF was assigned with the company, he'd do amazing with The Miz, The Rock. Stone Cold made a one-time appearance. He can do amazing promos, and MJF is very talented in the ring. He's well balanced, and under the WWE system, they would fine comb him, show him how they do things in their way. But he would be like Omega, and he would do a really good job. He would stand out on his own, and he would be very successful in the company, in my opinion. Next is a tag team, the Guns. The Sons of Billy Gunn. And I did not mean to rhyme on purpose. That's just the way it came out. I feel like the Guns could be a fresh tag team for the WWE tag team division. And when it comes to AEW and WWE, both promotions are struggling when it comes to tag teams. I feel like the Guns need a breath of fresh air, and going to WWE could help them, especially if their father comes with them to at least manage them in the company. But yeah, I feel like the Guns could have a bright future in WWE as a tag team, and maybe one day one of them could be a top mid-card wrestler. I mean, hell, WWE's managed to make Jey Uso, like a main event talent, regardless how you feel about him. It could be done with one of the Gunn's sons. It could be done with one of them too. So I feel like they could do good in WWE as well if they were to go and sign over there. Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander has been one of the first few women in AEW. She is really great in the ring. Her promos are okay. They could definitely use a little bit of work, but she has a lot of charisma. She has a lot going for her. She's still very young. I feel like she could be the next Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley of WWE if she was able to sign with that company one day. I feel like they can elevate her to bigger heights and stuff like that once she's done everything that she has done in AEW. I feel like she'd do a great job in WWE. Same thing with Willow. Willow is a huge babyface in AEW right now, and I feel like she can get the Bianca Belair treatment and be a big babyface in WWE as well. And I feel like if done right, Willow Nightingale could be a big heel in WWE. Something better than Nia Jax could ever be. Because let's admit, Nia Jax is very sloppy. I'll talk about that another day. But yeah, Willow, she would definitely do a good job as well. I'm not sure about the main roster, but I know for NXT, the Switchblade Jay White would do an amazing job at NXT. As an NXT champion, he could be a top guy in that brand. I'm not sure about the main roster. I feel like Jay White could be like a top mid-card wrestler in the main roster. I mean, he might, be like, because right now they're still treating the World Heavyweight title and the WWE title like two different titles. Like the WWE title has been the A title for a long time, probably since its creation, and the World Heavyweight title has just been the B title. There have been some years with some champions where it felt like the World Heavyweight title was the A title and the WWE title felt like the B title, but when it comes to the company, the World Heavyweight title will always be the B title, and the WWE title will always be the A title. So, but I feel like Jay White could possibly be the secondary heavyweight champion on the main roster of WWE if he ever came to the company. Maybe. I do definitely feel like, oh my God, what am I thinking of? Britt Baker. So there's a lot of controversy behind Britt Baker. Her return wasn't exactly great when she had her match against Mercedes Moné. And from what I've heard is Britt Baker has a lot of attitude, a big ego backstage. She has not wrestled for weeks now with AEW. It might be a little thing where she does a little sit down, like how Ricky Starks was doing a little sit down, not competing, getting paid. Ray Phoenix sitting down, not getting paid. Miro and other talents sitting around, they're just getting paid and they're not doing anything. It could be the same thing with Britt Baker. And I feel like if Britt Baker was ever to go to the WWE, she would have had to go straight to NXT, learn the way that WWE does things, mainly in NXT. And if her ego and her attitude stay in check, I feel like she could be a top wrestler in NXT, maybe on the main roster. Maybe. Same thing with Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa there's rumor that Thunder has a lot of attitude and a lot of backlash with the AEW roster. Maybe that's why the Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford situation happened. While she's still feuding with those two ladies, and Chris Statlander is involved in that as well. But I feel like Thunder Rosa might flourish in the WWE system, depending on her attitude. If she does have an attitude problem, then she would have to shape up and do things right under the WWE system. And I feel like she could be a big star. I mean, look at what they're doing with Penta. Penta's doing a great job, and people were crapping all over him going to WWE. And the moment he was booked at a WWE main event, people were like, "Oh my God, look at him! He's 2-3 weeks on Raw, and now he's on a main event." The dude is still being presented as a big star on Raw, and you just had a Intercontinental Championship match against Braun Breaker, which the match was ruined by the Judgment Day. So, like, Penta's been built up like a star, and he has not been, like, taking any bad booking whatsoever so far. And I think they're going to keep the momentum going for Penta up until the moment where his brother Phoenix comes in, will most likely sign with the company. And those two are probably going to hold the tag team gold. Any titles beyond that, I don't know, but they're probably going to become tag team champions sometime this year if Rey Fenix does sign with the company. But I think Thunder Rosa would definitely do a great job at NXT, depending on her attitude and depending on her ego and depending how she handles the W system. She'd be doing a great job. Main roster, I'm not sure. It's 50-50 depending. She could be a top star. WWE has Zelina Vega, but they haven't used her the way fans have wanted Zelina to be used. And that will be for my next episode for WWE wrestlers that would do better in AEW. But yeah, that's where I end my video. Next video I'll be doing sometime this week. It will be WWE wrestlers that will probably do better in AEW. Thank you for watching.